Welcome to the Histories, Mysteries, and Conspiracies 4-part Halloween special. From history's greatest mysteries to conspiracies that haunt the ages, we'll uncover them all. This is the season, which is the host to many holidays. We plan to unravel them all within this special. We will conclude with a revelation on part 4. Subscribe so you don't miss out on any of our spine-tingling episodes. A new episode falls every Thursday. Hit the like button if you found this hauntingly fascinating. You're in for a spooky treat. Happy Halloween! Mischief unpunished is no longer mischief. Thomas Carlyle. The night before Halloween has long been associated with innocent mischief, harmless pranks, and lighthearted fun. But in recent years, this once playful tradition has taken a far darker turn. As the sun dips below the horizon, cities brace for chaos, with Devil's Night transforming into a wave of destruction. Hundreds of fires ignite across urban landscapes, leaving blocks of abandoned buildings ablaze. Firefighters scramble, stretched thin, as flames inch ever closer to homes, stoking fear among residents. The history of Devil's Night dates back to the 19th century, yet the practice of mischievous acts during liminal or transitional time stretches much further into history. During the Roman festival of Saturnalia, societal roles were reversed, servants became masters, and chaos reigned. Mischief wasn't just tolerated, it was celebrated. Even older still, the Celtic festival of Samhain marked the time when the veil between the living and the dead thinned, unleashing spirits and causing disorder. Could Devil's Night be a modern echo of those ancient fears? The phrase Mischief Night first emerged in 1790, with a headmaster famously promoting a school play that ended with an ode to fun, praising children's tricks. But its origins trace even earlier. As far back as 1583, Puritan Philip Stubbs declared May Day Eve Mischief Night, cementing its place in history as a time of youthful rebellion. When Mischief Night arrived in America during the 1930s and 40s, pranks became more prevalent, especially on October 30th, the night before Halloween. Some historians even connect its rise to the aftermath of Black Tuesday in 1929, when the stock market crashed and plunged the country into the Great Depression. With poverty and tension at a peak, harmless pranks began escalating into something more destructive. From the 1940s to the 1970s, Devil's Night remained largely harmless, a nuisance for the police and fire departments dealing with soaped windows, egged houses, and toilet-papered trees. Depending on where you lived, October 30th went by many names: Mischief Night in Delaware, New York, and Pennsylvania; Goosey Night in Jersey; Cabbage Night in Kentucky and Rhode Island, where rotten vegetables were thrown at unsuspecting victims. In Baltimore, it was Moving Night, known for stolen porch furniture. Yet despite the variations, the pranks were still mostly in good fun. That all changed in the 1980s. Detroit, already struggling with rising unemployment and abandoned properties, became the perfect target for arsonists. The number of fires skyrocketed, with 1984 being the worst year. Detroit Fire Department battled over 800 blazes. What began as mischief spiraled into an uncontrollable inferno, often spreading beyond the empty buildings intended for destruction. Lives were lost, homes were destroyed, and the city found itself powerless against the flames. As Devil's Night grew more dangerous, the media intensified coverage, turning local events into a national spectacle. Some argue that this media frenzy exacerbated the problem, spreading the chaos to other cities like Camden, New Jersey, where similar arson attacks followed. In New Orleans, Devil's Night adopted a different form, resembling riotous, parade-like events. From 2014 to 2018, crews organized Mischief Night revelries in the tradition of Mardi Gras parades, complete with thematic floats and costumes. Yet amid the celebration, Violence and destruction followed, with targeted vandalism and arson taking center stage. Police, bystanders, and properties alike were caught in the crossfire. Historians see Devil's Night as a reflection of deeper societal tensions, a rebellion of the youth against authority. During the Great Depression, as desperation took hold, pranks turned darker, more destructive, an embodiment of the hardships people faced. Post-World War II, as family structures and urban life evolved, Devil's Night took on a new, more sinister dimension, especially in urban areas like Detroit. Skeptics argue that the media overhyped Devil's Night, fueling the fires of hysteria and creating a self-perpetuating cycle of destruction. While the chaos in Detroit was real, they believe that its significance has been overblown, especially in places where the tradition is largely forgotten today. Conspiracy theorists present an even darker view, suggesting that Devil's Night was used as a tool to drive down property values by deliberately setting fires in dilapidated buildings. This would allow powerful interests to buy up land for cheap, manipulating the market to their advantage. Investigators, however, take a more practical view. With over 80,000 abandoned buildings across Detroit's 139 square miles, they believe that Devil's Night was a fertile ground for arson. Some fires may have been set for insurance fraud, while others were lit by frustrated residents tired of the blight in their neighborhoods. Devil's Night has shifted from pranks to citywide destruction, reflecting changes in societal conditions over the years. As the flames of Devil's Night smolder and Halloween approaches, one must ask, is this night of destruction merely a reflection of societal decay? Or does it echo deeper, ancient fears that have haunted humanity for centuries? For more content like this, share, and subscribe.